Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Simability Racing League. We are still in our Wacky Wednesdays, and tonight we find ourselves at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the evening time in the street stocks. 74 degrees outside, 50 laps is going to be the distance tonight. Drafting is going to play a factor with these guys, so they're not going to want to get too far behind the pack, or they're going to find themselves falling back. Currently on top of the scoreboard, Johnny Berardi has himself on top, and there's only about another 40 minutes left of practice at the moment. As you see Johnny Berardi and Billy Wise drafting together here in the practice, trying to get some fast laps down. Billy Wise is second on the chart, so working together as a team is currently helping these two at the moment. There you take a look at your top nine drivers currently registered. A few more still pulling out of the trailers. Daniel Cook currently third place in that number 11 car. He's got the pink and the green flames here tonight, so sticking with the colors from the 11, he's going to be running that street stock tonight. Don Koneman is here. He's currently fourth position on the charts, working with Michael Eden right there in the number 18 machine. He's just pulling on track for his first lap. And in fifth currently on the scoreboard is Travis Zunema, the number 90 NOS powered street stock. He's coming out of turn number 4 right now to complete his 11th lap. And he's currently with a 36.87, and Johnny Berardi's up there with a 36.71. So just a couple tenths off the pace at the moment for Travis Zunema. A few of our other drivers currently still in the pits. But Berardi on top, Billy Wise in second. Got our eyes on Koneman right now in the 97. He usually runs a white car tonight. He's got black all over it. And the famous Firebird on the hood. Came very close last season with Tom Johnson coming down to just a few points at the last race, and Tom Johnson clutches it. Koneman had some issues in the last race, and Johnson overtook him in the standings and ended up taking the championship last season. So Koneman going to be trying again this year to take on Tom Johnson and take that championship from him. And I don't see Tom Johnson in the field tonight. I don't believe he's going to be able to make it. So that's tough luck for Tom, being that it is his race that he picked out. But we've got a good 11 drivers at the moment, so we're going to have a good field for drafting. And Michael Eden just moves up to 7th quickest with a 36.90, so only 2 tenths off the pace now for Michael Eden in the number 18 machine. And he is wrecking it on a turn number 2. So lots of stuff going on here in practice. Drivers trying to get the feel of the track. A lot of it is all spread out practice right now, which is not really what we're going to really see during the race conditions. Not for a minute anyway. With the draft, these cars are really going to be stuck together with each other. As you see, Stephen Kiefer and Jacob Van, the 22 and the 15, those two going at it side by side. Looks like they got the same paint job, just inverted colors a little bit. only a few drivers on track. Steven Kiefer, though, in the 22, he just takes top time with a 36.65. So that draft behind the number 15 moves the number 22 to the top of the board. And that was only his second lap. So not sure if he had a qualifying setup in that or not, but moves Steven Kiefer to the top of the board. And what a run by that number 22 machine. Gets out by just over half a tenth of a second on Berardi. And we've only got a couple drivers on track, so we're going to take a ride. Looks like Koneman was about to be leaving the pits. Wonder if we're about to see a little pit party with some guys getting out together to do some drafting practice. And it looks like that's actually what's going to happen here. So we might get a little lucky. Oh yeah, look at them all rolling out. Who's going to start at the front? Who's going to start at the back? Looks like we got 5 or 7 drivers going to come out for this little pit party. Maybe even the whole field. So we'll get a little glimpse of the race. We got about 35 minutes left of practice. Then we'll have some qualifying, where each driver will get 2 laps, put their fastest time down, and set the field for tonight's 50-lap main event. And if they do it right with all these guys bunched up, they should get going at the stripe. But it looks like got going a little early. They're going a little fast for a pit party, but maybe they're just trying to slowly amp up the speed. They're just going to go for it, it looks like. Daniel Cook and Steven Kiefer are going to do some side-by-side and Berardi all over the track in the 99. It is going to definitely be a very dicey race for 50 laps. I feel like we're going to have a few cautions here, but these guys are keeping it all in one straight line. I don't really see too much craziness going on. As I say that, we get a 3 wide situation. Not sure what happened with Daniel Cook. Must have got up into the wall or something there in turn 4 and really killed some momentum. But he's not getting off the track, so it's not that he was slowing down. So we got Steven Kiefer working with Don Koneman up front, and it looks like they're going to battle. And you got Billy Wise working with Travis Zunema trying to catch him up to him. So we'll see. What in the world are these guys doing? And there it is. Pass in the grass. This is what Simability is all about. We like to have a good time. We like to have fun. When it comes to racing, you know, being respectful of everyone is definitely priority, but having fun is the main number 1 priority, and this group of people really does know how to have fun. As you see Billy Wise pulling off to the side. The main man, the man that makes it happen. He makes sure that this league runs week in and week out, and we wouldn't be where we're at without Billy. So thanks to Billy Wise, that number 32 machine, he's going to be wheeling the signature plumbing car all night tonight. And 30 minutes, 33 minutes left to practice still. So plenty of practice here. Kiefer back on track, Berardi on track, Koneman on track. looks like Travis Zudima's topped the board. Must have missed it during the little warm-up they had there, but he topped the board with a 36.59, and Kiefer's in second with a 36.65. So a good little bit that Zudima found out of his street stock over Kiefer. And I'm sure a lot of these guys haven't gotten a really good draft to determine how fast they're really actually going to be. But Kiefer is coming up behind Robert Wise, and it might be a lap that's worth it, because he's got a lot of room to come up and stack to him as long as he doesn't get stopped. And that might have killed that time. I don't think he's going to be able to get it with that corner there, but we'll take a look. Is Kiefer going to take the top of the charts? No, 36.80. 2/10 off the pace where he needs to be to take that lap from Zudima. And now he doesn't have anybody in front of him, so he's definitely going to slow down just a little bit. As we're taking a look at Thomas Wise in the #1 machine, we just saw Koneman come out on the track, and we know he's coming out behind some guys. So let's take a peek and see what a lap around this place is like from the view of Don Koneman's passenger seat. Very smooth cornering from Koneman. He's going to start catching the draft from these two if they keep going side to side. So we'll look to see that time improve. That last was a 36.88. So got to pick up a little bit more. As he's going to come across the stripe. That's his best lap there. Moves him up to 5th with a 36.748. He's really got the draft now. Can he make this lap be the lap that puts him on top of Zudima? Here it's basically full throttle almost all the way around this racetrack with these cars. So drafting is going to have a major effect, and he's using all of it. What's he got? And there he is, to the top of the board, Don Koneman with a 36.549. Saw it right here from the car cam as he goes up and by these two. What a lap by Don Koneman. 4/100ths faster than Travis Zudima, who's now in second. Stephen Kiefer in the 22, now down to third. Only 1/10 behind Koneman. They're now up in the top spot. So, nice drive from Koneman as he takes the top of the board with 29 minutes left in practice. And we're not seeing too many guys lose it too much when it comes to drafting. We may get some more bumping that causes incidents when we get some closer racing, but what I've seen, these guys are all holding their cars on the on the track pretty decent, so we may actually get quite a few green flag laps this evening, which would be pretty awesome to see here at Charlotte, because these street stocks really do rumble around this place when they're all in sync and they're all drafting together. So you guys are in for a treat. Just over 30 minutes left and we will green flag the field. We got a 5-minute qualifying session right at 8 o'clock. And then we go green flag racing at about 8:07 after pace laps. So make sure you stay tuned. Grab a beer, bucket of popcorn, and maybe some holiday candy, because you know you got some of that fluff laying around, and pop a squat, because the action is only going to get bigger once the green flag flies. 11 drivers currently registered for the session. A few more may still pop up in that time. We do have quite a few drivers here in the Simability Racing League. And make sure you tune in every single Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be going live January 11. Our new season will be starting. It is the SK Super Series. And it is going to be absolutely insane. Open setup, SK modifieds, 20 tracks, and the point system has a little revision. It's going to kind of make the point system a little bit closer, the battles a little bit tighter, and we've actually got something new this year, the All-Star Challenge Series. 4 tracks in the All-Star Challenge Series. If a driver can win all 4, then we have got a bonus prize for them. So big season coming up in the Simability Racing League, SK Super Series 2023. It's going to be a hoot. So make sure you tune in January 11th for our first race at Bristol Motor Speedway, 7:30 Eastern Time. Still only about half our drivers on track at a time. Still a little early in the evening. Drivers getting warmed up and ready to go. It is only 75 degrees here, so some of these guys live down in Florida. It might be a little bit cold for them this afternoon, so they might be trying to bundle up in the hauler and staying in there. But Don Koneman's still up top. Kiefer is out there trying to make moves happen from 3rd place, but he doesn't have any help at the moment, so he's not going to get too much done there on his own. Berardi's out there all on his own. He's currently in 4th place on the standings in that number 99 car. His fastest lap with 36.705. Which, with the 36.549, is not too far off. But Koneman really set a barn burner down there to get on top of Zunema. Zunema been pretty quiet in the pits most of this practice. Car with the most laps on track so far is Thomas Wise. He's still out on track in the number 1. Battling with Don Koneman, who's right behind him in laps. They both got over 30 laps in practice already in this last half an hour. And with 35 or 40-second lap times, they got to be on track for most of the time. So these two spend a lot of time on track, either trying to perfect what they're doing or just get a little bit faster. And it looks like Thomas Wise is following Koneman around and maybe trying to improve his time a little bit. He's currently sitting 7th, but not too far off the leader's time, just 2/10. Right there, he gets a faster time, 36.729. So that's going to move him up to 6th. And that bumps Daniel Cook down to 7th. And it looks like Thomas is ready to get off track as he slides down to the inside. And the 18 of Michael Eden popping up on track now. He's going to try to get some stuff done. It looks like Looks like he's in like a Trans Am or something like that. Pretty cool paint scheme on the number 18 machine. Quick, fast repair for Eden, and he's back out on track. Bound and determined to figure this place out. Just over 20 minutes left in practice here before we get this big race underway. Robert Wise down there in the 14, signature plumbing car pulling off the racetrack. taking a look at one of our newer members of the league, or newer members on track anyway, Jacob Van. And number 15, we saw him just a little while ago, was Steven Kiefer, the number 22, earlier on in practice. He's out there currently 8th position with a 36.89, so 0.3 of a second off the leaders at the moment. Hasn't really gotten too much time to get in a draft behind anybody, so that is not necessarily indicative of how he's going to run tonight, but definitely good to see some new faces out here in the Simability League. Quite a few drivers on track now. Koneman's still out front on the leaderboard. He's hanging out with Johnny Berardi, who is 4th place on the leaderboard at the moment. We're already following Koneman pretty close. Let's take a look at his onboard here and see what they see, how close they actually really get on this track. I mean, these guys are not really lifting off the throttle at all. Oh, and he's hitting the grass. Ooh, almost gets into the wall there. Berardi hanging on for dear life behind Koneman there, the number 99. Still 5th place, so he's still getting around the place pretty quick. Looks like we had a car stopped up by the wall, so these guys getting off the throttle now, but good look from these guys. A little battle shaping up behind them, as Kiefer and Van have gotten together. Van moves himself up to 4th position on the scoreboard with a 36.65, right behind Steven Kiefer. So those two neck and neck in the timing charts. Oh, and they're running up in the wall. That's... Don't want to do that come race time. 14 minutes left before qualifying. And at that point, we are going to have one show on our hands. Travis Zudema out on track. Still second on the board. Koneman's got a 36.55 and Zudema with a 36.59. He's only trying to pick up 0.04 of a second to be able to take that top of the chart. 11 minutes left to go. And time is starting to run short. He doesn't have anybody in front of him, so it's going to be hard to get a draft. Kiefer and Van still going at it. Kiefer trying to use Van to jump up a little higher on the board. His best is a 36.650, so can he pick it up riding behind the number 15? He's going to not stay in the draft on the backstretch. That's going to hurt him. Interesting line through 3 and 4. We'll see what he gets on his lap time here, but yeah, not going to do it. 36.860. 0.2 slower than where he needs to be. He needs to be tucked behind that draft the whole time, so doesn't look like he's practicing drafting at the moment. And it looks like Van has finally had enough and he's heading down to the pits. Well, practice is starting to dwindle down. Less than 8 minutes left before qualifying. Don Koneman on top. Travis Zudema second. Steven Kiefer in third. Jacob Van fourth. Johnny Berardi in fifth. Billy Wise sixth place with his father right behind him and Thomas Wise. Daniel Cook, Michael Eden, Andrew Smith, Robert Wise, and Adam Kilday. With a late unload popping into the session, so another driver showing up, rolling the car off the trailer just before the race, and we'll see what Kilday can do with just a few minutes of practice on his hands. We are pushing our 5 minutes left to go in qualifying. So we are going to take a quick little break. and we will be right back with a word from our sponsors. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Simability Racing League brought to you by the Action Sports Foundation and Simability.com. Two very awesome groups that support us in doing what we love to do. Only a few more minutes left in today's session, and on top of the charts is Billy Wise. Number 32 pulled it off right at the end, no doubt with the help of Adam Kilday, who moved up to P2. A 36.38 for Billy Wise and a 36.50 for Adam Kilday. Those two really hooked up right there at the end. What a drive for Billy Wise to get himself up on top of the charts. And just one more minute left in practice, and we will get going to qualifying. And actually, while we got 1 minute, I do not believe he's on track at the moment. He is not. Let's pull Billy Wise up into the broadcast booth. And I can not do that. So give me 1 minute and we will get, actually we will be at qualifying by then, but take a look at the scenic views from around Charlotte and we will be right back.
Promise.
Hell yeah. You need what now?
Shit, and I don't. You're right, and I don't know if I can do that. Let me
He needs
try.
admin assigned to him. It's his role. Or edit the roles. Edit the
don't know if
roles
I'm
that
even
anyone
an
can drag.
If I'm an admin, I should. Let's see.
Well, somebody made our last broadcaster able to do it.
Roles.
Wasn't it Glenn?
Try it. Try now. Try now, real quick.
Look at that.
Wait.
What is this?
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Alright, we've got that technical issue sorted out. We are going to have some interviews tonight. And we're going to make sure that that happens. We got Don Koneman on track at the moment. Keep an eye on him to see what he does. We can watch a couple guys down here on the bottom of the screen. You can somewhat see what they've got going on for their qualifying, but almost all the drivers currently on track right now. And here come the laps. Jacob Van currently at the top with a 36.704. Johnny Berardi currently second. And Don Koneman's going to cross the line. Where is he going to be at? Koneman comes fourth. Adam Kilday in his number 12 machine. He pushed Billy Wise to second place. Just at the end of practice, right after it came in, he took P2 as well. Here he comes to the end of his first lap. And looks like he may have gotten into the wall. No, this is the start of his first lap. So running the high line on his out lap. Koneman moves up to second with a 36.755. Billy Wise up to third with a 36.835. Jacob Van still up top with a 36.71, 0.05 of a second faster than Koneman. Kilday's second lap. First lap, sorry, starts up to second place, 36.715 for Kilday. Mostly everybody setting their times now. Just a few that haven't actually gotten on track and setting a time. Can Kilday take the pole away? I think he's going to be the last driver to do it. He needs 5,000ths of a second. And no, he can't do it. He's going to take second with a 36.782. Not going to be able to do it on his second lap. And I believe Robert Wise is still out on the track just a little bit. But he has got his laps completed. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying is basically over. Just a few more seconds left in the session while everybody gets ready to go. We'll go through the grid and we will take off behind the pace truck and get ready for 50 laps under the lights here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Simability Racing League Wacky Wednesdays. The way our Wacky Wednesdays works is the winner of the race gets to pick the track and car combo for the next week. So whoever gets to win this race is going to choose next week's race, and that will go all the way up until January 11th. And we are ready to go. Your results: Jacob Van takes the top spot. Adam Kilday in second. Starting out row number 2, Don Koneman on the inside, and the number 97, with Billy Wise in the 32 starting to his outside. Row number 3 is the number 99 of Johnny Berardi. And starting to his outside is the number 22 of Stephen Kiefer. Starting in 7th position is Thomas Wise, the old man, and alongside him, Michael Eden in the number 18 machine. Daniel Cook starting in 9th. Robert Wise starting 10th. Travis Zudema starting 11th. And Andrew Smith in that number 87 is rounding out our 12-car field. Cars are on the grid waiting to go. Only a few more cars to load up onto the grid, and these guys are going to roll off. Anticipation is building as the grid comes up. Jacob Van taking the pole. Let's see what he thinks about it. Jacob, this is Rob up in the booth. You copy?
Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, great run on the start there. Taking the pole over Adam Kilday, Don Koneman, and Billy Wise. That is one heck of a lap. Take us through that run there and how the pole feels about it.
Well, basically just wanted to stay straight and hit my marks, and that's basically about it.
How do you think this race is going to play out for you tonight? Do you think you got something for these guys?
I don't know. I never really raced with these guys. It's my second time. Just want to stay straight and be up front at the end.
Well, congratulations on the pole and good luck on the start of the race.
Alright, I just want to say thanks to Billy and Robert for inviting me tonight.
Yeah, some great guys. Good luck racing. There is your pole sitter, Jacob Van, getting ready to take him to the green flag for Wacky Wednesdays here at Charlotte. Street stocks are the poison tonight. picked by Tom Johnson, who didn't get to make it to the race tonight. But that pace car is about ready to pull off onto pit road. And the green flag is in the hand of the flag man, waiting for the number 15 to hit that start mark. And the green flag is in the air. We're racing at Charlotte with the Simability Racing League. Adam Kilday on the outside. Can he hold that out? It's like I said, it's going to be a drafting track. So these guys are going to take a lap to really get themselves sorted out, get behind someone they can follow, and then get up to speed to really start making some moves. The pack seems to be clearing out quite a bit. We got 2 definitive packs, 1 in the front, 1 in the middle, 5 in a 4-car pack. Billy Wise out to the outside already, trying to make moves on the high side. Well, that's lap number 1 completed. Jacob Van's going to take first place on that lap, so he's going to lead a lap. Looks like Kiefer back there in the number 22 is getting a little bit loose through the corner. That's going to lose him quite a bit of time. And that 4-car pack of Van, Koneman, Kilday, and Wise is going to pull a little bit away from him. Now he's going to have to deal with Travis Zunema and Thomas Wise behind him. Thomas Wise getting into Travis Zunema, getting into the wall. That's going to slow them down and make room for Michael Eden. They're still touching and banging, trying to keep it straight. 2 laps complete. And great driving by those two to keep it all straight. And now we've got a battle for the lead as Don Koneman tries to pull out on Jacob Van, and he's got help from Kilday. But Van's got a big run on the bottom side, so they're going to pull back inside and stay in line. I have a feeling it's going to be a very hard time to pass here tonight. Going to really need some help from behind when you make your move. You got to really be in sync, and it looks like Billy Wise and Kilday are trying to stay together, so if Koneman can figure out what they're planning, he can try to stay in front of them, but these guys are just separating side by side, so they're not going to get too much. But the pack behind them is kind of falling a little bit back. Steven Kiefer all by himself right now in 5th position, which is a good thing for incidents, but it's a bad thing for drafts. So he's going to lose that front pack if they continue to stay together. And Thomas Wise is leading the 2nd pack with Andrew Smith, who started all the way at the back. He's already up to 7th, making a move to 6th place. So Smith is on a move right now. And all the way back, we've got a little bit of battle, but not too much. All of it is right up front. Van, Kilday, Koneman, and Kilday getting very, very close there in 2nd. And with 5 laps completed, Van still up front. Koneman and Kilday battling for 2nd with Billy Wise in 4th. Looks like Koneman's going to take that position away from Kilday. If he can get some help from Billy Wise on the outside, he might be able to hold on and fight back through 3 and 4. But Koneman's got the draft on the 15, and Van shows a little bit of internet connection problems at the moment. We'll see if that persists throughout the night. But in a drafting track, you can't really disappear. It gets really tough for people to follow. But we can throw these guys under a blanket. 4 drivers battling for the top spot. We had another tight battle in the back with Michael Eden, Thomas Wise, Daniel Cook, and even Andrew Smith is thrown up in there. And there's a big shuffle for the lead up front, and there's a big wreck out front. Caution flag is out. All 4 of our top drivers involved. And we'll have to go take a look at what happened there. We still got drivers spinning. Wow, what a crazy turn of events right there. And we will take a look at what happened there. I believe it was our leader, Jacob Van. We'll take a look. And it was, we see right there that they were 3 wide. Take one more look at it here. 3 wide going into turn number 3. The 15 moves up into Kilday, then down into Koneman. And finally hits Billy Wise as he's trying to make his way by. Tough break for these drivers up at the front, trying to make moves and trying to make things happen. Some of them got down the pits, some of them yet to take the pits. And so far, showing up front now is the number 22 of Steven Kiefer, who was running all by himself in 5th. And that's exactly what I had just mentioned, is that it was someone running all by themselves. They're staying away from the problems, but they're losing draft. Well, in Kiefer's situation, he happened to be in the right place at the right time to where he's seen the problems in front of him, didn't get caught up in it, and he had enough time to slow down to where the problems behind him didn't catch him. So great driving by Kiefer, keeping that car in one piece, and he's now up in the front with Thomas Wise, Michael Eden, Daniel Cook behind him, and then Adam Kilday in the number 12, which I believe Kilday still needs to make the pits, because I'm pretty sure his car is pretty torn up after that incident. So tough break for your leaders. They're going to have a little bit of work to do on this next restart. Caution on lap number 8. So now we've got Steven Kiefer up front. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage on that number 22 machine. But he made it through pretty decently. Not sure how much damage is actually gonna do to these guys. I know we're drafting, so I have to imagine that any little bit of aerodynamic stuff that goes wrong with your car is gonna be a problem. But we will have to see here once we get under our restart. Looks like we're under 2 to go before we go back racing. And we'll see if that 22 can stay up front with that little bit of damage on his side. Coming out of the pits, we have a final order. Kiefer is up top with Thomas Wise in 2nd position. Michael Eden's got himself up to 3rd after that incident in his number 18 machine. And Billy Wise came out of that with a whole incident. Pit stops, he's out to 4th. So Billy Wise, the only car that did not change his position from beginning of the caution to after. Travis Zudeman, the number 90, is up to 5th position, working his way up, trying to stay out of problems. He was running in that 2nd pack when that whole problem started. Johnny Berardi is up to 6th position, and Don Koneman now back to 7th in the number 97. And then we got Jacob Van, he's back in 8th place after that whole ordeal. So tough break for some leaders, good break for a couple of our drivers that were running a little further back in the pack. And now I believe we're going to go 1 to green here. Light should turn off on the pace car. And I believe it did. So we should be going back racing once we cross the stripe one more time. 10 laps completed, 40 more laps to go. We've already had some exciting action. Our fast... Oh, and what happened there? A big wreck. It looked like Robert Wise just wrecked somebody under caution. Robert Wise was coming and flying. He couldn't stop, and he wrecked the 15. Not really sure what happened there. But the 14 wrecks Van. So I wonder if that will give us a delayed caution or not for the 15 to get fixed, because that was it was kind of crazy. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but you're catching it all right here on the Simability Racing League Wacky Wednesday stream. Looks like a couple drivers are going to take the pits after that, and yes, it looks like they are delaying that green flag one more lap to allow these drivers to get their vehicles fixed. They only have 4 faster pairs in this series. They might have given them unlimited for the Wacky Wednesdays, but I believe it's only 4 faster pairs on a usual basis. So you don't really want to use them up too much, but in an instant like that, you definitely want to make sure that you're getting that taken care of, because that kind of damage like that is definitely going to hinder your race. And you definitely won't be able to do the things you'd like to do with that race car with that much damage. So at least Van was able to go get it fixed, I believe. And both Jacob Van and Daniel Cook should be leaving the pits here very shortly and getting back on track and joining us. They might not reach the back of the pack by the time the green flag flies, but that's the way she goes. So Kiefer out front, Thomas Wise in second, Billy Wise in third. Sorry, Michael Eden in third, and Billy Wise in fourth. Gonna be your front 2 rows taking it for the green flag. 15 catches back up to the field, so we're pretty well there sorted out. And there it is, pace car's pulling off. It's in the hands of Steven Kiefer in the 22. And he gets on the loud pedal. Green flag is in the air. We're back racing at Charlotte. You don't want to get too much of a jump, but with the faster guys that got into that accident being a little further in the back, it's always good to have a little bit of space. Lots going on in the back here. Kiefer's got a battle on his hands. Everybody's got a battle on their hands. Bunch of side-by-side racing as they come across the stripe. They're going to complete one more green flag lap. And Billy Wise is itching. He's looking to the bottom. He's looking to the top. Can he make a move on his father? Because Travis Zunema in the 90, he's catching now that he's got the draft. Side by side behind him, Koneman, Eden, Kilday, and Van getting in the back of Don Koneman. This is going to be a really tight race with these 3 trying to get back up to the front after the incident they had earlier. Lots of action on the track, and we've got a new leader, Thomas Wise in the number 1 out front here at Charlotte. Zunema gets all the way down below on the apron. He gets sideways. He turns up into the pack. Travis Zunema wrecking sideways on the racetrack. That's going to be a caution flag. And let's take a look at what happened there. And it went back to Zunema there, so we'll take a look. Zunema on the bottom of the apron just gets a little loose, and he tags Michael Eden. Looks like Andrew Smith got a little piece of him. Stayed mostly out of the way. Michael Eden keeps it straight. Everybody else keeps it straight, so really, really good recovery for him in that situation, but yeah, we're back under caution, and Thomas Wise out front of the pack. Let's see what Thomas has to think of that. Not out front that often. Thomas, it's Rob up in the booth. You got me?
Who's that?
Hey, Thomas, it's Rob. We're live here. What a run! You found yourself out in the lead here at Charlotte. A bunch of stuff's going on behind you. They're wrecking like crazy. How's it feel to be in front of the carnage and not behind it?
Oh, it feels pretty good at this time. Of course, we got some fast guys behind me. Just trying to hold my line and try not to wreck anybody.
Well, you're doing a great job. That number one looks great out in that number one position. But you're right, you do got some faster drivers behind you. What is your strategy for the rest of this race? We got about 35 laps left to go. You got anything for these guys? What are you gonna pull out your sleeve here towards the end?
Well, I'm probably just gonna just stay out front, and but if I get pushed in that, I'll get to the side and follow them. And like I say, they're fast. So long as I can keep up, in the draft with them, then I should be able to race pretty good with them to the end.
Right on. Well, good luck on that restart, and nice drive there so far. 17 laps completed here, and Thomas Wise doing a great job
That.
up
Me and the
top.
girlfriend are planning a vacation there next year.
And sorry about I grabbed the wrong person. So wow, that was awkward. But anyway, we are back. 17 laps about to be completed. Thomas Wise out in front. Adam Kilday's got second place in that number 12 machine. And the number 22 of Stephen Kiefer is now down to third after that restart. So Kiefer looking to start on the inside behind Thomas Wise and maybe get a jump to get him out in front of that number 12 machine. And I believe they're getting the 2 to go signal this time. Maybe 2 to go signal this time. So we will be going back racing on lap number 20 with 30 more laps to go. So make sure you stay tuned with us here. Lots of action yet to come. That early wrecked some of our drivers further down in the field. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to come up through the field than earlier anticipated. The tight racing here, there's not a lot of room for mistakes with these cars. And once you get them upset, it's kind of hard to keep them or get them back to where they're comfortable. So we'll see what happens. We're only a couple laps through this race, and we've got a couple cautions. So we'll see what's left to come. A number 1 in the lead, number 12 right behind him, and 22 in third. As they come across the stripe, the lights are out on the pace car. That means we got 1 to go to green. And we're going to get them side by side and get them ready to go back racing. Don Koneman there, you see him in the black 97. He's 3 rows back in 5th position. He was running up in that top 4 when the accident happened. He's eager to get back up front. And he definitely knows how to do it. So we'll keep an eye on that number 97 and see if he can actually pull that number 15, who's very fast right behind him, our pole sitter tonight. See if he can pull him right on by as well. So we've got a little bit to look forward to here on this restart coming down the backstretch. The number 1 is going to have the loud pedal in his hands. That pace car ducks on off. Here they come. Turn number 4 is where all the excitement starts. Pace car gets ready to duck on off. He takes that hard left-hand turn. Thomas Wise gets on the gas. Green flag's in the air. We're back racing. 21 laps to go. Sorry, 31 laps to go. Koneman going to the inside of Kilday, down into turn number 3. Kilday's got Kiefer in front of him. But Billy Wise is going to dive down behind Koneman and give him that run. Now we're going to have 2 packs of cars side by side for second place. Kiefer's going to take it there at the line. Koneman right there behind him. And there goes Koneman back up to second place by Kiefer. Still a lot of draft behind him, a lot of speed with the 22 and the 12 working together on the outside. Jacob Van in the 15 coming to gather in. Van's going to look to the inside of Kilday, and he's got a great run on the inside. He's going to look to the inside of the 22 as well. 2 cars in one corner for the number 15 of Jacob Van. Kiefer's going to fight back on the outside, but Van is using that draft to his liking. Billy Wise moving up past Don Koneman on the inside, and Van's going to try to use that door, get to the inside, and he's going to take third place from Koneman. And one big battle for second place. Billy Wise looking to the inside. Not going to do it. He's going to be on the outside now with Van going. He's going to look to the outside. Oh, he's going to look to the inside. The 15 all over the racetrack trying to get by the 1. Six cars, you can throw them under a blanket. 2 Wise guys. A Koneman, a Kilday, a Van, and a Kiefer. So you got a couple drivers entering the pits while this is going on. And the 15 so close to the 1's bumper, giving him a bump draft into turn number 4. That's going to slow up the cars right behind him. Thomas Wise going to still hold on to the lead. 23 laps complete. 27 left to go. What a great battle stacking up. Koneman and Wise on the outside. Oh, and Van moves Thomas Wise up. He gets down on the apron. Now we're 3 wide going down the backstretch. Van really shoving it in there. Now Billy Wise moves up to the front. Van loses so much there. Billy Wise up to the front. Koneman now battling Thomas Wise for second. They're still 3 wide as they come out of turn 4. Van really trying to push the issue here on the inside, trying to maintain that line. He finally gets by Thomas Wise, finally gets by Don Koneman. He's going to hold on to that number 2 position, but what a drive and a battle we just saw there. Kilday and Kiefer still side by side. And it's starting to settle out a little bit. Billy Wise up in first, Jacob Van in second, Donovan Koneman third. Koneman's going to dive to the inside of Van. And to the inside of Billy Wise. He's going to go for the lead through 3 and 4. They're going to touch a little bit. Billy Wise goes up in a Van. They're sideways. Big wreck down the front stretch. Caution flag is in the air. Right as the flagman's throwing the popsicle sticks halfway, we get a big old wreck involving a bunch of people, and Jacob Van right in the middle of it one more time. And we'll have to take a look at what happened there. Jacob Van gets into Billy Wise, and carnage ensues. We'll take a look at that one more time. Billy Wise gets up in the van, turns the 32 sideways, which sends a 15 down from hitting the wall, and Thomas Wise had nowhere to go, as well as Kiefer and Kilday. And all of a sudden, we've got 5 cars sliding across the front straightaway. Luckily, Zudema Everybody else were a little bit further behind, but what a wreck there. That was absolutely insane. Van now in the pits, and out front is the number 97 of Don Koneman. Got up to the top spot now after the wreck in the beginning of the race. Though he finds himself up front just after halfway. Not sure if we're going to see any of our leaders come to pit road. Looks like Koneman is thinking about it or teasing that he might. His last pit stop was on lap number 7 on that first incident, so looks like he's actually going to stay out. No tires or no nothing for Koneman. Thomas Wise obviously going to come down pit road to the aid of his team with that issue that he took on that last caution. He probably didn't make that pit road, so he's got to come to the aid of his crew. He's going to fall back a little bit. And Travis Zuneman, the number 90, is now going to come up to second place with Andrew Smith in third, Johnny Berardi in fourth, and Billy Wise now back to fifth place once again. Billy Wise, he's been getting stuck just inside that top 5 for most of this race, and he got out front and then got into the number 15, so that sent him right back to 5th place again. He's going to have to work his way back up through the pack once more, and he's only going to have about 20 laps to do it once we go green flag racing, so definitely have to look out for that. He's not that far back, but now he's got Koneman and Zuda in front of him. And he's got Adam Kilday right behind him there, the number 12 machine. So it's going to be pretty difficult for Billy Wise to work himself up towards the front of the field for this, but it can be done. This drafted track definitely gives a little bit of an advantage. You don't really got to lift too much, and you just got to stay behind the car in front of you, and you can go faster. So it definitely helps with these street stocks, being that they can be difficult to drive. But nevertheless, Charlotte is a good place to run these things, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we are going to be going green here in a moment. As that pace car crosses the start-finish line, he should shut them lights off, as he does. And we are going to go back racing next lap with 21 laps to go. Don Koneman in the number 97, starting on the inside of the front row. It's where he's comfortable. It's where he's used to starting. Spends a lot of time in this position on some restarts. So we'll take a ride along with Don Koneman as we get ready to restart here on lap number 30. They're going to come out of turn 4. Here comes the pace car. And listen for that throttle. And there he is. He's on it. Green flag is in the air. And already some almost 3 wide action in the back. Jacob Van sticking his nose in. He thinks twice about it and moves back down. Billy Wise lost a little bit on that start for just a moment. And now he's in the middle of a big mess. Koneman still out front. Zudema in second. Andrew Smith third. Adam Kilday up to fourth. And then we've got these four here battling pretty hard. Thomas Wise getting his nose back into the middle of it. Berardi getting a little bit loose through the corner. Kiefer looking on his outside. Kiefer might have gotten into the wall just a little bit, trying to stay off the 99. They're side by side as they go into turn number 3. And there's a battle shaping up for the lead. Travis Zuma trying to make a move on Don Koneman. Lots of action all over the track. Nobody's got a draft up here. Koneman's using it. And it looks like we might have had a wreck over in turn number 1. No caution flag out yet. And now we've got Adam Kilday up in third on the back of Travis Zudema, trying to give him a push around Koneman, but Koneman using that bottom line superbly, holding off the number 90 on the outside. These guys battling side by side is now allowing the number 32 and the number 15 to catch back up to this pack. There's Billy Wise looking to the inside of Kilday. Now he's on the inside below Koneman. Watch out for that number 15, Jacob Van. He's set it 3 wide a couple times tonight. Is he going to do it again? Less than 20 laps to go. It's time to get towards the front and get some green flag laps in. Koneman still battling side by side with Zudema. Wise battling with Kilday, and the 15 of Van just sitting behind, knowing to battle with side by side, just trying to find a line that might get by the other. Andrew Smith holding on in 6th place in that number 87. Just sticking in the draft at the moment. But you can throw a blanket over these 5. Koneman out front, now Wise, now Zudema on! There goes the 32 again, the 15 turns Billy Wise. And another caution flag out on lap number 34. And we'll take a look at what happened there. And we will have to redo that because that was insane. Looks like the 15 turned the 32 into the 90 and the 12. And once again, Billy Wise is spinning across the racetrack with Adam Kilday and Jacob Van. It looks like the 87 made it through all by himself with no damage. So that's going to put Andrew Smith up there. Looks like Jacob Van might have held on to that position with that incident, but tough break for Billy Wise. Billy keeps putting himself in a good position, and he keeps getting wrecked. And there goes Robert Wise flying in again with no brakes. So something maybe going on with that number 14 machine this evening. Not sure exactly what that is, but another tough break for Billy Wise. 15 laps to go. He's really having a struggle tonight, so if he could pull off a top 5 or even a podium tonight, I know he's definitely gonna be very happy. But Koneman now up front. Jacob Van showing in second after that incident. Andrew Smith third, Stephen Kiefer fourth, and Thomas Wise rounding out the top 5 at the moment. Hey, Billy, it's Rob up in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Billy, man, you are having one tough night tonight. You are putting yourself into every position you need to put yourself into. You're getting yourself in good lines, and you got good form, and you just keep getting turned. What do you need to do for yourself in the next 15 laps to put yourself back up front again after, 5 times of getting up there already? What do you have to do to get yourself up there and stay up there and avoid an incident? What do you need to do in these last 10 laps of this race to pull off the win?
I don't know, buddy. Man, we got some speed, and we keep getting up there, and we keep getting turned, just like you're saying. But I kind of like the middle to the high side. Like, you could do something up there, but I don't know. I just gotta take this restart, and I just gotta pray. That's all you can do. We're gonna pray.
Well, you can't really get on your knees because you're in a race car right now. But throw them hands in the air and say what you got to, because you're starting back 6th place. You started 4th, 5th, 4th, 6th. So I mean, it's been a roller coaster for you. But good luck on this next restart. Looks like we're going to go back racing with 11 laps to go. So you got a few laps to get up front. They do go a little bit slower in traffic, but it is definitely going to be a hard road to climb.
We're gonna try, buddy. We're gonna try.
All right, good luck,
We're gonna see
Billy.
what happens.
There he is, Billy Wise, the man that makes it all work here. Having a rough night here at Charlotte, but staying optimistic. He's going to try to get back up there one more time, as I believe we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Looks like we'll check this pace car as he crosses the stripe. Is it going to be 1 to go? And yes, it is. So we're going to double them up side by side and get them ready to go. We'll have a restart lap 39, which will give us 12 laps to go when the green flag drops. These guys are putting in 36-second laps, so within 13 minutes of this green flag dropping, if we can keep a green flag, we can get a winner. But I have a feeling with what we've seen tonight, we're not going to see a full green flag run to the end. I believe we do have one green-white checkered available if we do end up going a little bit past overtime. So we will try to end this race under green flag. But if we can't, well, then sometimes we can't. But we do everything we can to do that. And we've got a great field ahead of us tonight. Don Koneman, Jacob Van, Stephen Kiefer, Thomas Wive, Johnny Berardi, Billy Wise, Adam Kilday, Adam Smith, Michael Eden, and Daniel Cook. Your top 10, Robert Wise and Travis Zudema rounding out the field. It looks like Travis Zudema has fallen from 2nd to 12th to last place now. So a very tough break for Zudema there. But we are getting ready. Turn number 4, pace cars diving off. Don Koneman has got control of the field, and he's on it. Green flag in the air. 12 more laps to go here at Charlotte. Battle between Kiefer, Van, and Wise. Billy Wise working the high side like he said. Trying to get up. He's up to 5th position. Did he lose the draft from the cars in front of him, though? That's going to be the key. Don Koneman getting way out front. That's not necessarily a good sign when you got a drafting track, especially when 2 cars are side by side behind you. It's going to let you get away, but when they get single file, they're going to pull right back up to you. As you see Adam Kilday trying to follow Billy Wise, and Billy Wise up to the number 1 of Thomas. He's going to go to the inside and turn number 1 and 2. He's going to get behind the 22 of Kiefer and try to push Kiefer past the 15. 15's going to move down in front of them too, and Thomas Wise getting awfully squirrely on top of them as Don Koneman comes out of the corner. We're going to have 10 more laps to go here. Billy Wise battling with his father on the outside of the number 1, Thomas Wise. He's going to make that position stick, and he's going to try to go to the inside of the 22. 22 is going to close off that door real quick. Good battle. He's going to take the outside now on Kiefer, and he's got some help from Kilday in the 12. The number 15 is now starting to catch Don Koneman. So battle's starting to heat up everywhere. It looks like Jacob Van's trying to make a move on the outside of Don Koneman. 9 more laps to go. And Billy Wise on the outside of Kiefer. He's way up by the wall. With no help on the top side, looks like Billy might start falling backwards just a little bit. Don Koneman still trying to hold off Jacob Van. And Van looks like it loses a little bit of momentum. That might open up the door for Kiefer and Wise. These two side by side. Van gives Don a big bump in that number 97. That's going to jobble up everybody. Kiefer and Wise still right behind the lead too. That 15 really pushing the 97. He's going to look to the outside. That's going to give Billy Wise some rough drafting help. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to pull back down in front of the 97. Only a few more laps to go. The 15 is trying to make moves. He pulls out in turn number 4. He's going to try the high side. He's going to get to his doors and go down into turn number 1. And that's going to pull Billy Wise up past Stephen Kiefer. Move Billy Wise up into third. It's getting really tricky here. Kiefer looked like he was a little sideways. Don Koneman holding on to the lead. Billy Wise right on the bumper of the 15. Kilday right on the bumper of Wise, and Kiefer trying to hold on to the inside. Kiefer getting a little bit of run on Kilday now coming out of turn number 4. The 15 and the 97 still side by side. 6 more laps to go in Charlotte. Billy Wise doing everything he can on that top side, trying to make it run. Kilday trying to look to the inside. Wise almost opened the door up for him and gave that position away, but he holds on. We still have 7 drivers up in the front. Thomas Wise still holding on to 6th position. The 15 losing some ground on Koneman. Koneman's going to clear him. Kiefer's going to dive down to the inside of Billy Wise for 3rd. With only 5 more laps to go, this is really heating up. 5 drivers racing for the win. Billy Wise in that 32 has had a rough night. He's gotten spun out like 3 or 4 times. He's doing his best to try to stay up front. Don Koneman really wants this win here in the street stocks. Holding the bottom side as hard as he can. And that 15 just not giving up on the outside. Billy Wise bumper to bumper with him. Billy moves up. That's going to break the draft for the 15 and allow the 97 to get a little bit of an edge. But as they come across the stripe, it's Jacob Van in the lead. So Van making a little bit of progress on the outside with Billy Wise right there on his bumper. The 22 really needs to draw into the 97 and give him a little bit of help because the guys on the outside are somewhat overpowering the guys on the inside. But Koneman finally retakes the lead on the inside. He's not going to give it up. But these guys will be side by side to the end of this race. Just you watch. 15 has been very eager, as you heard him talk about earlier. He was our pole sitter. This is only his 2nd race here with the Simability Racing League, so he is trying to make an impression. 3 more laps to go here. Billy Wise trying to stick his nose in, but there's nowhere to put it. Is someone going to try to take it 3 wide in the last lap? And it looks like Andrew Smith slides real wide into the corner, gets into the wall. That's going to possibly take him out of the equation. Thomas Wise still in here. Kiefer's still on the bottom, but having a hard time staying to Don's bumper. Coming out of turn number 4, the popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 more laps to go. Don Koneman battling hard side by side with Jacob Van. Van had the lead at the stripe at that lap. Billy Wise and Kilday trying their hardest to push that 15 forward on the outside, but they're just not getting any progress. Wonder if it's about time for them to start making a move somewhere else. Billy Wise does look to the outside of the 15. The 15 closes the door. 32 not jumping down in front of the 22 quite yet. But out of turn number 4, the white flag is in the air. Don Koneman out front at this point. But Jacob Van had it at the lead, at the stripe. What a drive by these two with the last lap. 5 cars, 6 cars in screen. Andrew Smith, even though he got in the wall, still didn't have the issue, but this is where we're going to see it. Turn 3 and 4, the last time. Who's going to make a move? Billy Wise, still on the outside, not making anything. Don Koneman and the 15 side by side as they go through 3 and 4. As they come across the stripe, it's going to be close. Van's got the nose, and the winner is the 15. Jacob Van takes home your Simability Wacky Wednesdays at Charlotte. Don Koneman comes home second. Stephen Kiefer takes third. Billy Wise takes fourth. And Adam Kilday rounds out your top 5. What a drive for this last race here in the Wacky Wednesdays. Jacob Van takes the win. What a drive. Let's watch that last lap from the 15's perspective. What a drive. He's behind almost a full car length coming out of turn number 2. He gets the momentum from running the outside down the straight. And he tries to side draft the 97, and he does a phenomenal job of holding that 97 back. So that way on the out, he's got more power, he's got more momentum. And he was able to just get it done at the stripe. So what a drive through that number 15 machine. Second race here with the Simability Racing League, and he comes home with the win. What a drive. That was absolutely fantastic. Let's take a look at our race results. Jacob Van gonna take it by 0.02 of a second over Don Koneman. Kiefer taking home the other podium spot in third. Billy Wise with a very tough race is, I'm sure, very happy with a 4th place position after all of that. Adam Kilday comes home 5th. Thomas Wise in 6th. Andrew Smith holds on for a 7th place position. Travis Zunema, who had an up and down day in that number 90 machine, comes home in 8th. Daniel Cook, 9th. Johnny Berardi rounds out our top 10 with Michael Eden and Robert Wise rounding out the finish of the field. And now is the fun part of the evening. We have got some excited drivers that are ready to talk about what they just did. So give us uno momento, and we will get some drivers up in our broadcast booth for some interviews. And the first driver we have got tonight is the driver of the number 22 machine, Stephen Kiefer. Stephen, congratulations, 3rd place. What a race today. Steven, do you got me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, what's up? I forgot to put a button.
Steven, congratulations.
Oh, man, that was intense at the end.
3rd
Thanks,
place
man.
today, man. What a drive.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. I love those long green flag runs. together like that. Ugh, wow. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, so there was a point in that race where you were running fifth all by yourself. Um, you were in the perfect position. You missed the incident in front of you. Nobody hit you from behind, and you started out front. Did that give you a little bit of boost of confidence when you got that all taken care of, and you're out front, and you knew you had the speed to stay up there?
Oh yeah, I got a good start. It seemed to take everyone by surprise when I got out there. But after a while, they caught up, and it's fun racing together with these guys. And to finish third, that's pretty high for me.
Yeah, it was a great race. You were there most of the race, right there behind Koneman. Not really staying right on his bumper, but it looked like you were keeping it safe and keeping it in the draft, and it seemed to work really well for you.
Yeah, a couple times I had to let a little bit off just so we don't all spin out. But I stuck with them. That's pretty fun.
Well, congratulations on your P3 tonight. You got anybody you want to thank?
No one in particular. I mean, I guess Simability and you for doing this. I appreciate the broadcast and what you do. I can't wait to see the replay myself as a fan. It was pretty cool from in the car.
It is totally different machine out in the broadcast. So, well, good congratulations tonight, third place. Good luck next week. Remember, January 11, we start the new season at Bristol in the SK Series. So we look forward to seeing you there as well. Hey, you have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Right. Good night. Thanks, man. SKs are a lot of fun. Can't wait for it.
And there you have it, Stephen Kiefer, your third place finishing driver. And now we're going to pull up the man that was hard on it all night. The number 97, Don Koneman. Don, you had such promise tonight. The car was fast. Everything looked like it was doing well. What was the deciding factor this evening?
In the end of the race there, nobody pushing me and everybody on the outside line trying to get by me.
Yeah, the 22 did hang back about a car length or so the whole time, and that 32 and 12 were doing everything they could to push the 15, and it didn't seem like they were really getting anywhere except for at the end of the straightaways. Is there anything that, I mean, he was really trying to pinch you down to the inside without any help. Was there anything you could have done differently to have gotten them off that steam on the high side?
Me. No, you know me. You've raced with me. I gave it everything I had. I seen every lap. If you noticed, he was getting a little closer to me and a little closer to me at the finish line. And there was nothing I could do. But, hats off to the guy. He ran a hell of a race. First time I raced with him. I guess he drives in real life too, so that would kind of explain if you noticed how we were giving each other room on the straightaways, but not the corners.
Yeah, there was some incidents in this race that were kind of crazy. You got caught up in a couple of them, and it looked
I
like
might have
just
started a couple of them. It's just one of them things. Yeah, it hurt.
Well, you got P2 out of the deal. You didn't get to pick next week's race, but you definitely put a show for the fans on. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Just Swagger in as usual, and you for broadcasting it, Billy for hosting, and I'd like to give that 15 car. I don't think his number was 15, but he's badged as a different number. The guy who finished second, hell of a run, man. I could not have asked for a cleaner run at the end of them 10 laps. We never touched. I don't believe we ever touched, did we?
I don't believe you actually did. I seen the 15 was side drafted you pretty well, but no, he definitely got really close, but I didn't really see any touching from up where I was sitting, but it was definitely some good racing.
I'll finish second or third any day long as I'm raced like I was raced there. I was smiling the whole way, and it's been a while since I've done that here. So,
well, you definitely put a show on for the fans. Congratulations on P2, and we'll see you next week.
10-4. Take it easy on that guy. He's new.
10-4. There you have him. Don Koneman, your second place finisher tonight. And now, the man of the hour, he took home the pole here with a staggering pace. Came out here second race here with the Simability Racing League. Jacob Van, congratulations on your victory. Did you ever think you were going to be standing here in victory lane right now?
No, definitely not.
Well, take us through the end of that race. You guys were side by side for 12 laps, and half of the time you came across the stripe, you were in the lead. The other half of the time, the 97 was in the lead. What did you have to do to make this victory happen for you tonight?
Well, just hitting my marks on the outside. He was a lot better than me in turn 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I started noticing about 8 laps in. Hey, I got him on 3 and 4. As long as I could try and stay with him in 1 and 2, I could get him in 3 and 4. So I got it done. I can't believe it, but he's a damn good racer, and I liked racing with him.
Yeah, you guys had a couple close calls, and there's a couple wrecks there. You guys were running so close together, 5 or 6 of you. What was it? Was it hard to get into them wrecks and then find yourself trying to catch back up and get back up to the front?
I don't want to say yes, but I knew I had a very fast car after I had a fresh set of skids on, and I noticed that I was blowing through the field like it was kind of nothing if I was able to. There was a point where I got behind Billy, and I was trying to work with Billy and get him up there, and kind of accidentally turned him in the wall. But it was a racing incident. I didn't mean to, but I knew as soon as I got out front, I could do a little something. But I loved racing with that 97. It was good.
Well, you guys definitely put on a show tonight. What is your track car combo for next week? The winner gets to pick. So what are we racing, and where are we racing at next week?
I don't know. Like I said, this is like my second time racing with him. I'll talk to Billy, see what everybody likes to do, and probably try and do like a everybody type thing. See what everybody wants to do.
Right on. Well, you heard it there. To be determined for the race for next week. Not quite sure what it's going to be at, but it will be here on the Simability Wacky Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you check it out. Jacob, congratulations on your win. Is there anybody you want to thank before we get out of here?
Well, I want to thank Billy. He was pushing me to the front, and the 97 for racing me clean. So, thank Billy for inviting me to this race. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in this spot.
There you have it. Congratulations. Soak up that win. 2 races, 1 win. Great job. We'll see you next week here once again for Simability Wacky Wednesdays. And there you have it, folks. Your 3 podium finishers who put on a fabulous race right there at the end. Oh my God. I almost have to go back and watch this one more time because it was just absolutely incredible. If you want to catch more racing, make sure you tune in every single Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, for Simability Racing League. We start our new series, the SK Super Series, on January 11th. And our first race is going to be Bristol Motor Speedway in the SK Modified. So come on out, support the Simability Racing League. Make sure you check out Action Sports Foundation. There's a great group of people that support Simability 100%. So make sure you go check them out. And thanks again for coming out and joining us tonight. I'm Rob Slider, the voice of Simability Racing League, and you guys all have a wonderful evening.